What's up, everybody? Unpwned here, and oh boy, have we got a lot to cover today. I'm going to try and go through it as quickly as possible, but there's a lot of Breach news today, everybody. A lot. So, let's start off. First thing, we got a post from One Letter this morning on the Discord. We finally got the final alpha times. The final alpha will be this weekend. It will start 9 a.m. Central on Saturday and end at 11 p.m. Central on Sunday. This will give us roughly 39 hours of alpha time. So that should help most of you get to 100 that played during the previous alpha. And if you were busy, but this is kind of short time, so there might not be people that are able to get out of their busy schedules for this weekend. There is an article with full details and frequently asked questions. We're going to go over that. There's some good stuff in there. They are also going to have a live stream at 3 p.m. Central Time, which is in like 2 hours, roughly. So I'll be there for that. And details below. So I will leave all these links in the description below if you'd like to read any of them. Next, we have... They are giving away... It is basically going to be an open alpha weekend. If you were not able to get a key from the Alienware key handout last weekend, now all you have to do is make an account on the website and you automatically get an alpha key. So, open alpha, everybody. Woo! So, we are going to go over the patch notes, which is right here. The final alpha approaches. So, let's do a semi-quick overview of this. Try and go over what's important, what most of you might be interested in. So here, servers open Saturday, January 12th at 9 a.m. They will close January 13th at 11 p.m. They are opening it to where you can purchase the in-game currency. It will be wiped, but you will get whatever you purchased during this alpha back during the early access. So if there's classes that you want or that you'd like to unlock to be able to level up those first 8 levels to get to 100, boom, you can do it now with real life money. But so yeah, here's where it says, wait, this is alpha, is everything gonna be wiped? So yes, everything will be wiped. Now that QC points are in the game, will it have any pay to win items? No, all you can buy are basically skins. There is the XP gold booster, but I can't think of a single game that didn't have some sort of an XP or currency boost at some point, which it doesn't even make that big of a difference because all it does is make you get a little bit extra stuff that you get from just playing the game. If you just enjoy the game and play it, then it doesn't matter if you have it or not. At least that's my thought process on it. So I've never really been one to buy boosters. Didn't really see a point in it. Unless you're like having a race with friends or something. It's like a personal thing. You know, I can see like a contest. If you have a problem, you can file a support ticket. You cannot gift QC points to a friend currently. Alright, here we go. New introductions that will be in this alpha. 1. This one's pretty big for me. Prismatic gems. A whole new category of gems. So now we're going to have the orange gems and the purple gems. And now we're getting prismatic gems. Prismatic gems is a new category of gem that allows you to alter how your ability works. It increases its offensive attributes at the cost of defense, or it might increase its flat damage output at the cost of a cooldown, etc. There are nearly 100 prismatic gems to choose from. Whoo! This could be amazing. I can't wait to see what kind of gems are available for the Veil Demons. Because some of the Veil Demons just need cooldown reduction to be really, really strong contenders. New gear and talents. There are now almost 150 talents to choose from. So there's going to be new gear to affect our abilities that are going to increase the amount of builds that we can then test and make. Exorcist class is going to be available during this alpha. Yes, the third class of the Hedge Arcane School of Magic. Now I can finally make my demon occultist exorcist combo, which is going to be amazing. We'll go over the exorcist class here shortly. There is already a wiki page on it where you can look over the abilities. So we will hit on that after this. Real life friends list, they have fixed up and improved the friends list, which we all know they needed to do. Here's what they tell you. They introduced the boosts. They are giving everyone free QC points during this alpha. If you've already spent yours, you will get more QC points to buy a 7-day boost, which means this alpha, you get the boost. It's going to be easier than ever to get to level 100 during this 38-hour period. Matchmaking and game modes, so the gist of this, they're currently working and improving the matchmaking, and they plan on having individual hero, Veil Demon, or either or queues by early access. So we might not be able to queue as Veil Demon or hero specifically as soon as early access drops, but expect it within the first month. They also changed the names of some of the game modes. So the solo one has been now renamed Mission with AI, and Versus has been renamed Mission with Players, which I don't really like. I liked Versus and I liked solo. It was much easier. I'm not gonna go to my friends and be like, oh yeah, I'm playing Mission with AI. Like that just, I'm still going to be calling it solo and Versus, so I'm not really sure why that was changed. I'm not sure whose feedback they were getting, but there's going to be intro story cinematics. So basically we're going to get some more story, more cinematics, motion comic cinematics through the early access period. So we're going to learn a little more about the story before the game comes out. That'll be cool. There's a new Veil Demon tutorial, improved, go into more depth on how it works. One large note, the pre-orders will officially end at 11:59 p.m. on January 16th. Now, just to tell you right off the bat, I have this open. The pre-orders. So, these bundles, these packs, are still going to be available after early access. The only thing you will not get by purchasing any of these packs after the 16th is right here. The pre-order bonus content, which gives you 3 elite mobs, an exclusive spray, and 2 emotes. The 3 elite mobs are going to be easy to farm with gold and unlock, so that's not really a big deal. It saves you some in-game gold grinding, and not much. These are the only exclusives that will never be obtainable again after the 16th, which is a spray and 2 emotes. If you don't care about the spray and the 2 emotes, then it doesn't matter. You can wait till after early access, watch some more gameplay, see how it plays out before buying a pack. And in case you don't know what the packs are, you have a starter pack here, which gives you some heroes, a Veil Demon, gives you a gold XP boost, some weapon skins, and it's $25. That's the cheapest buy-in. The second buy-in is the Veil Demon pack for $40. It gives you 4 Veil Demons, 7 elite skins. It gives you 3 Veil Demon skins, a spray, digital art book, and a wallpaper. And then the big pack, the hero pack, gives you a lot of the heroes. And even though he's not up here, it's written down right here. You get the Aros Gladiator hero class, so you actually get 12 hero classes for this pack. You get some emotes, a spray, wallpaper, art book, and access to the early access. Now, if you like all 3 and you know you're going to be using all the heroes and all the Veil Demons, then they have the supporter bundle up here for those that want to support the game. For $99.99, you save yourself about $25 by buying all 3 in a bundle instead of individually. So those are the packs they're talking about when they say that's going to end on January 16th. So, in addition to the above, we're making several balance and bug fixes changed on your feedback and findings in previous tests. For examples, these are pretty good. These made me happy. First is a big one. Necromancer Shamblers will no longer block you or your allies' movement. This was the only issue I had with Necro. I played it a couple matches. I really enjoyed having the Shamblers, but it bugged the crap out of me that I would have to jump over my own minions to be able to progress because they kept surrounding me if there were no mobs nearby, it was ridiculous trying to run through the dungeon. 2, this is a big one for a lot of people. They completely removed motion blur from the game. Thank you, QC. Woo. Oh, I can't tell you. I hate motion blur. They have updated the shop with numerous new items and even icons to help tell each one apart. Very helpful, because there were a lot of items and gems that just all looked the same and you had no idea what you were looking at. Guard damage received increased from 50% to 75%. That is for the Vanguard. Resolute block duration reduced from 4% to 2 seconds. So they nerfed Resolute block, and then they improved the guard It's kind of like a buff, I guess. I don't know how you would say. But we'll see how it plays out, I guess. Missions will now award gem shards instead of entire random gems, so that you can use the shards combined with gold to purchase the gem of your choice. That way our inventories aren't just getting full with a bunch of duplicate freaking gems, which I don't know if I have. Some of you probably know that was getting ridiculous. They added a new elite monster, the Stone Togor. Togor? Yeah, Togor. The Stone Togor is now the default elite monster in Kiev, replacing the Kamainu Annihilator. I can't wait to see what this elite has in store for us. This one's pretty good. Increased raw solar beam damage and decreased solar blast frequency. So the solar beam really wasn't that scary. It was annoying, but all you had to do was line of sight it, and if you were tanky, you could actually just sit there and take the whole blast, and it barely did anything. So the fact that it does more damage is good. That actually gives us incentive to actually get behind a pillar and line of sight the ability. Solar blast frequency, that did need to be nerfed, because that shit was shooting so fast. It was so hard to destroy those orbs if you were with randoms that didn't know they needed to destroy the orbs, and maybe only you and one other were destroying them, and you're trying to destroy this orb, and this AoE keeps dropping on you, and it hit pretty hard. So this is an overall great change for the Raw battle. They added a bunch more sound effects, voiceovers, and updated older temporary sounds. Always good. Spell tooltips will now display spell categories so that you can more easily recognize which gems affect which spell. Once again, thank you. Oh, I thank you so much. I cannot tell you how many times I was going into solo mode and trying out different gems to see if it affected different abilities, and it didn't. And I was like, well, I would think it would, because you have gems that improve targeted damage, targeted healing, just healing, AoE damage. Yeah, so that's going to help a lot. They updated the Anubis Soul Blast attack with a new name. It used to be Sandblast, and now it's a free aim projectile blast. So now you get to actually shoot people. They updated various Veil Demon abilities: Aether Coil, Burning Soul, Inspiring Presence, Pain Conduit, Shadow Soul, and Veil Rift to provide better balance and correct bugs observed in previous tests. I'm hoping that with the Veil Rift, they fix it to where when you use it on somebody, it just doesn't work. Because sometimes you'd knock somebody back, and it would put you into the Shadow Realm for maybe a second, and then immediately take you out, and your entire ability was useless. And you had to wait a ridiculously long cooldown to be able to use it again. They fixed the Dark Mage appearing in the safe house. If you do see him, please let them know. So no more Arcane Mage bot in the lobby. The library. They added new daily quests and quest chains. Gems can now be removed instead of only replaced. This is big. Alright, if you liked using the Kikimora Fiend's CC ability where it would suck somebody in and just be like and hold them there, now it's been redesigned. It now has an ability called Entangle that will drop a totem that pulls the target player into the totem, which then means you can go around and keep doing stuff. So, if people do not destroy that totem, you can completely CC somebody and keep fighting. So if you combine, say, that with the Veil Shifter's right click, you could lock somebody down, shoot somebody into the Veil, boom, they now only have 2 people that can actually do stuff for a set period of time. you can really lock down the heroes with some great combos with stuff like that. And then these are the known issues that we can assume they are now working on. Let's go over some of these. Some UI elements may overlap each other in lower resolutions. Bonus AoE damage gems do not work with some abilities. For example, Cerberus Inferno, Sacrifice, Vortex Slug, Shards of Cerberus, and Cerberus Core. Frenzied Shambler is not affected by some red and blue gems. The attack clip 50% increase. Talent does not work with the hedge classes. Custom controller bindings may not persist in options. So you can see there's a lot of changes they know of and that they're fixing already, which I can't wait. Okay, so that is basically this post of the final alpha. Now, this was all today. Yesterday, they released this little tidbit. Where is it? Unlocking Breach's combat with the Unreal Engine. They said, here you guys go. Here's an article you can read that might give you something to chew on. Very nonchalantly. When you go to this article, I'll leave it below. There is a class leak, which a lot of us are excited for. I don't think I have to tell you. The Arcane class, you have the Arcane Mender, which is a healer. You have the Chronomancer, which is basically CC. And then you have the Elementalist, which for me, I didn't enjoy the gameplay of. It was very slow. Even if you stacked haste on it, you're having to do these big abilities, but you do massive AoE damage. So the I love the Elementalist idea, but the gameplay of it, I didn't enjoy too much. It was too slow for me. This looks like an Arcane School assassin. We got the Pyromancer. Now this video is only 5 seconds and it showcases the ultimate, which I'll play it and then I'll go back through and point out some of the details I saw that got me pretty hyped. So that looks to be the Pyromancer's ult. So as you can see here, when he runs up, he starts to use his ability. You got the little magical fire circle. But look what is in the middle of that fire circle. You got a freaking dragon head. Alright? Now, you can see as it slowly goes, the dragon head gets bigger, bigger, and then it eventually starts doing this little swirly fusion and becomes the fire itself. So it's actually not the dragon head shooting the fire. The dragon head itself becomes the fire and comes out into a cone effect, which, if it's a Pyromancer, I can only assume they're making him do damage over time with a burn, which would be awesome. And if you notice what the Pyromancer's wearing here, he's in an all-red getup with a red backpack. More cosmetic leaks. Oh, yeah. But that was the leak. I will leave a link in the description below for this as well. They go into some cool details about how they've made some of the abilities in the game and their use of the Unreal Engine. Now, for the last part, I said I would go over this. The Exorcist that will be playable this weekend. There's already a wiki on it, in case you didn't know, that shows you what his or her abilities are. Your one ability is Cursed Spike. It doesn't do any damage, but it curses the target enemy with a slow 22-second cooldown. This better be like Chrono Gem level slow, because that's a long cooldown and it doesn't do damage. So this better be one hell of a slow. You have Confound, 9-second cooldown, deals damage and interrupts target enemy. That is going to be great for interrupting big AoE attacks by elites or anything of that sort. Your 3 ability, Explosive Shell, 10-second cooldown, shoots a conal blast that damages all enemies hit in front of you. That is going to probably be one of the abilities I use in my hedge mixed class. Your ultimate, Exilium Daemonium, damages and applies Expel to all nearby enemies. So I can assume a giant circle is going to come out from around you, it's going to do damage, and it's going to expel all of the enemies. Now, Expel, I'm not sure, but I would hope that Expel also puts a debuff on creatures to where the Veil Demon can't just re-go in. Because just kicking the Veil Demon out for like a second or two isn't going to do much, especially if it's a Soul Fiend, where actually kicking him out of the body is just going to let him reapply with a possession ability buff. So I'm hoping Expel kicks the Veil Demon out and then puts like a 5-second debuff on all the creatures to where the Veil Demon actually can't take someone over for a set period of time. That would make this ultimate key for facing Soul Fiends. But you also just have the smaller version, Exercise. 7-second cooldown. Does a Conal Blast that damages all enemies hit and applying Expel if possessed. Now this only works if possessed, whereas you can see that puts Expel to all nearby enemies. That's what makes me think Expel is going to put some sort of a debuff on the creatures to where the Veil Demon can't take them over. To where the right click only applies Expel if the demon's possessed. So those are the two main things I'm seeing in the wording here. That's what makes me think Expel will have a persisting debuff after expelling the Veil Demon from a creature. And that is it for the Exorcist who will be available. There's no word on the Pyromancer. That was just kind of like a little fun little tidbit they shared with us to let us know there's another class that's in the works. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. There's a lot of news today. A lot of news. We got the alpha coming up in 20-ish hours. And we got a new class to try this weekend. We got in-game currency. We got boosts. We got all kinds of new stuff. Early access is less than a week away. Whew. If you guys have any questions or concerns, leave a comment in the description below. If you want future updates on Breach and anything Breach related, go ahead and subscribe. I plan on sticking with this game for a while. I haven't had this much fun with a game in a very long time, and I'm constantly waiting for updates, and we'll release videos ASAP when I hear any type of an update. I basically lurk in the Discord 24/7 365. So, yeah. Hope you guys are having a good day. I'll catch you next time.